Hello, this is Haske Tv News with Ahmed Abubakar. Muslim faithful have been called upon to make use of the holy month of Ramadan to dedicate themselves to worshipping the Almighty Allah. Ustaz Sharhabu Ishaku Muhammad of Jibwis Mosque located along Old Yero Road made the call during Friday sermon. Haske TV correspondent has the details.
Ustaz Muhammad emphasizes on the need for Muslims to stay away from all forms of misdeed that weaken the rewards of the Ramadan fast. The Imam admonishes the Ummah to guard against the use of vulgar words, telling lies, and engaging in unnecessary argument while fasting. He quoted some verses from the glorious Quran and Hadith of the Prophet Muhammad, where Muslims are obligated to fast the holy month.
Har kullum idan kana azumi ba a son ka dinga gabatar da waɗansu al'amura musamman maganganu da ba su shafi azumi ba, amma shi mai azumi an fi so ya yawaita karanta alkur'ani mai girma, ya yawaita ambaton Allah madaukakin sarki, ya azkar ya yawaita yi, amma dukkan wani majalisi da zai zauna a yi ƙarya a ciki yana nan ko shi ne ma mai faɗin ƙarya ɗin, to wannan fa ba zai haifar wa musulmi mai azumi komi ba face ya rage masa ladan azumi. Domin a rawaito hadisin Abu Hurairah ta Allah ya kara masa yadda kamar yadda muka karanta, Imam Bukhari da Imam Muslim sun inganta shi. Manzo Allah tsira da amincin Allah su tabbata gare shi yace man lam yada qawla zurin, dukkan wanda bai bar magana ta ƙarya ba, bai bar aiki da jahilci ba alhali kuma yana azumi, to shine yace falaysa lillahi hajatun fi an yada ta'amahu wa sharabahu, to lalle Allah ba shi da bukata dan ka bar cinka kuma ka bar shanka.
The Imam reminded the Muslims of the multiplicity of rewards of deeds during the month of Ramadan. He called on the faithful to give out charity in cash or kind and to consider the poor and needy who cannot put food on their tables.
Wanda manzo Allah tsira da amincin Allah su tabbata gare shi dangane da ciyarwa yace duk mutumin da ya ciyar da mai azumi za a ba shi lada kwatankwacin yadda za a ba wancan mai azumi din min gaira an yanqusu min ajri sa'imi shay'an, ba tare da an rage ladan shi mai azumi din ba. Yanda za a ba shi lada, idan misali za a ba shi lada 100 ne, to kai da ka ciyar da shi sai a baka lada 100, ga ladan naka na 100, ga ladan da ka ciyar da shi 100. In an samu mutane 5 duka ka ciyar da su, to wannan ba karamin alheri bane ga mai azumi, musamman wanda Allah ya ba shi dama kuma yana da ikon yayi, to lallai hasara ne mai girma a ce bai yi ba.
Ustaz Muhammad prays for peace, unity and abundance in Taraba State and Nigeria as a whole. Ahmed Abubakar, Haske TV News.
Shortage of medical doctors has been identified as a major challenge in service delivery in Nigeria. The situation has consistently contributed to the increasing rate of mortality in the country. In this report, Haske TV correspondent takes a look at doctor-patient ratio in Taraba State, reasons, consequences, and way out. The report.
Health is critical to the development of every society, as no nation progresses without sound and sustainable healthcare delivery system from primary to tertiary level. Medical doctors are a tool with which the health of the citizens is put on check. There are growing concerns over inadequate medical doctors in the country and Taraba State in particular. According to Nigerian Medical Association Taraba State Branch, one doctor serves 17,959 patients instead of 600 patients per doctor as recommended by the World Health Organization (WHO). Dr. Adamu Hamidu Kara is a medical doctor with the Federal Medical Center Jalingo who doubles as the state chairman of the Nigerian Medical Association, attributed the shortage of doctors to some key factors.
Well, speaking about shortage of doctors in Taraba State, let me first say generally in Nigeria, in the medical sector, we are lacking doctors, reason because most of our doctors trained in Nigeria has left the country looking for greener pasture. However, coming down specifically to Taraba State, Taraba State is one of the states that has least number of doctors in the country. I think currently we just have about 211 or thereabout. I can't remember very well, but it's just 200 and some few numbers thereabout in the whole of Taraba State. So, and there are so many factors that contributed to the shortage of doctors in Taraba State, but I will mention some few major ones. Number one, let's talk about insecurity. You see, the issues of kidnappings and other insecurity related cases in the state has been high, and that has been one factor that discourages so many doctors from coming down to practice in Taraba State. However, we still need to applaud the governor of the state for the proactive steps he has taken in trying to address the issue of kidnapping in Taraba State. I would say now Taraba is fairly stable. However, that has been a major factor that drives away most doctors from the state. As a medical professional, for you to practice effectively, you need a very conducive environment that is safe. There is no kidnapping, there is no banditry, there is nothing, because you have to be stable in both mind, physically, and the environment before you can practice. So insecurity has been one of the major challenges. Secondly, another major challenge that leads to shortage of doctors in the state is poor infrastructure. When I talk of poor infrastructure, many of our hospitals in the states lack the essential equipment that you need to use.
The doctor-patient ratio is poorly below average, according to Dr. Kara, and has negative impact to the sector.
Doctor-patient ratio also is a very big factor, but we hope that with time, if we are able to get more doctors in the state, that's going to lessen the work for the doctors, and working condition will be more favorable. And we have lack of incentives. As a doctor, if you are practicing, there are things that will keep you in a place. Medicine is something that you always want to improve. So if you are in an environment where you are given incentives like opportunities to train, to specialize, where your institution can support you to go for training, to become a consultant in various fields, to give you training facilities and opportunities so that you can grow. These are incentives that will keep doctors in the state, and it will also attract more doctors to the states. And because of the poor incentives we have, and then doctors are not given opportunities to train, I think these are other things that also lead to a small number of doctors. So most of the time we even have indigenous that will graduate and they will choose to work somewhere else.
State Commissioner of Health Dr. Bodia Buma sheds light on the reasons for the shortage of doctors in Taraba State.
Again, we are aware that the WHO recommendation is that one doctor takes care of 600 people. Now, I want us to know that the lack of doctors is not just a Taraba problem. It is not a Nigerian problem, but it is a global problem. Everywhere in the world, go to the UK, you see doctors migrating to Canada, doctors migrating to Australia, doctors migrating to New Zealand. So it is a global problem. And this problem is as a result of so many factors. And some of the factors are not factors that we can control in the health sector.
The state government, under the leadership of Governor Agbu Kefas, is working round the clock to address the challenges confronting the healthcare sector.
So what it means is that the government is employing 450 because we are taking over the 300 staff that were being paid by Gavi and then employing additional 150 to make 450. So that is what the government is doing. In addition to that, we are renovating 113 primary healthcare centers across Taraba State. As we speak, more than 60 facilities, serious work has commenced in more than 60 facilities.
To this end, all hands must be on deck towards the increasing demand to change the narrative. There is also the need for policy framework in addition to increasing budgetary allocations to State Ministry of Health to strengthen students' scholarship in the area of medicine and surgery to fill in the gap. Ahmed Abubakar, Haske TV News.
A federal high court sitting in Lagos has ordered permanent forfeiture of the sum of 2,144,867,578 naira and 30 kobo. The amount is forfeited by the court in connection with fraudulent activities involving the former Central Bank of Nigeria Governor Godwill Emefiele. Delivering the judgment, Justice Ayokunle Faji upheld the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission EFCC's case that the funds were proceeds of unlawful activities and must be returned to the Nigerian government. Counsel to the EFCC Bilkisu Bahari Bala told the court that the money was traced to an account belonging to Donaton Limited at Titan Trust Bank with account number 200000500. You are watching the Haske TV news. We now go for a break, after which we'll resume and the news will continue. Stay with us. Welcome back. The news continues. The National Association of Nigerian Students has thrown weight behind the clampdown on fake drugs dealers across the country by the National Agency for Food and Drug Administration and Control, NAFDAC. NAN's Public Relations Officer Samson Adeyemi said the proliferation of fake drugs in Nigerian markets poses threat to the well-being of the students. He stressed that fake drugs could also hamper the future of the country through their negative impacts on the youth population, stressing that the clampdown would ensure that only safe medicines are available for consumption. NAFDAC is reported to have sealed no fewer than 11,000 shops and arrested over 40 suspects in its continuous raid on fake drug dealers, while fake drugs running into billions of naira were destroyed by the agency. The Minister of Arts, Culture, Tourism and Creative Economy, Hannatu Musa, has reaffirmed commitment to promoting Nigeria's culture through arts. This was made known in a statement made available to journalists on Friday in Abuja. The minister stated that her ministry is working hand in hand with the African brand to promote Nigerian culture globally. She emphasized the role of fashion and arts in strengthening the national identity. With this, we have come to the end of the news. Do join us tomorrow for another fresh package of the bulletin. Thanks for watching.